and see if he could find out what the local community is doing about the entire healthcare issue. So let me see if we can get contact with him. Hello, reporter. Are you there in Murphy?
Hello?
Hello.
This is your reporter coming to you live from the dynamic metropolis of Brasstown, North Carolina.
Good evening, reporter.
Good evening, Carl. Good evening, Brasstown. And good evening, Mr. and Mrs. America.
Reporter, do you have anything to tell us about the future of healthcare in our local area?
After an extensive journalistic investigation, I can report that local leaders have plans to turn the greater metropolitan Murphy into a world-renowned center of medical excellence.
Wow, what an inspiring goal. How do they intend to do that?
The first step is to attract hundreds of highly trained medical specialists.
Well, that certainly is a tremendous plan, but how are they going to attract these people?
The local leadership feels a targeted publicity campaign will do it. They even have a slogan: come to Murphy, where a higher education won't get in your way.
Oh, it certainly won't. Are there other programs too?
Oh yes, they have plans to build a hospital that performs miraculous cures.
Well. Do they have doctors that know how to perform miraculous cures?
Well, no. But that's where the miraculous part comes in.
I see. Well, have they considered taking advantage of any of the folk remedies known by the mountain people?
Aha, indeed they have. In fact, Brasstown has received a grant to build a research center just to study a very promising mountain medicine. It is a poultice made of eggs, lemon juice, and vegetable oil.
Wow, an entire clinic just to study that. What are they going to call it?
The Mayo Clinic.
I should have known.
Yes, you should have.
Well, staying with the medical theme, the H1N1 flu is spread throughout the nation. Have there any been reports here or efforts here to prevent that from happening?
Oh yes! Last week, the Clay County School District decided to give all students the H1N1 vaccine, and they announced it in the Murphy Times-Herald. Regrettably, due to an unfortunate choice of fonts, the headline ran, "Government to give everyone HINI treatment." An uproar ensued.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yes, protests sprang up all over the county. There were pickets with signs saying, "Keep the government's hands off my hiney." The local NRA sent out a mailing saying, "You can grab my hiney, but never my gun." Even the leader of the local Head Start program was out with a sign reading, "No heads up my hiney."
Well, that's pretty sick. And speaking of things that are badly diseased, it's about time we end this gag, I think. So, reporter, we look for you to come back again with the next breaking news story.
When there is news to be found, your reporter keeps his ear to the ground, his nose to the grindstone, his finger in the air, and his eye on the ball. He puts his left foot in and his left foot out. He chases hokey stories and turns them all about. Well, that's the way it is, and that's what it's all about.
Good night, reporter.
And good night, Carl. Good night, Brasstown. And good night, Mr. and Mrs. America.